we were talking about this pre-show. So the Celtics have home court against the Cavs. Most people think it's really not going to matter. Cavs win in maybe 4 or 5 games. But which sport does home field advantage matter most in the postseason? NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, National Hockey League.
I don't have the numbers. I'm just going gut. I think absolutely it's the NBA. 1,000% NBA. That it matters the most. And that's why I did not understand why the Cavs just decided in the last. They almost, by the way, without LeBron and everybody, beat the Heat. Remember that game went in overtime.
That's right.
So they almost pulled it off. And I just don't get it. Why they decided even to not go for it fully, pedal to the metal. Because in the NBA, I fully believe this, because in the NFL, I know this is for a fact. Doesn't matter to the refs. Does not matter to the officials. Whether they're home or away. They see a foul, they're going to throw that flag. I know for a fact they are told that, and we have seen it. They do not care. One of the few times I've ever seen a referee whistle swallowed in the last few seconds of a game in the NFL was, and you know, Niner fans would point it out, in that Super Bowl in the Superdome, where it looked like Crabtree was damn near tackled in the end zone by the Ravens. But that was a neutral site. I honestly believe the NBA officials feel it. And that's where the fans are right on top of them. You know, in hockey, I don't think it matters at all, as the Penguins pointed out, just this particular offseason. Not to rub it in, Caps fans. I say it's the NBA.
Yeah, I kind of go the other way. I think the NFL, it matters most.
I don't think so, man.
Elements. Because you think the weather is a factor.
Yeah,
so if you're...
I'm on the NBA or NFL train
especially
as well.
if you're, say New England, Pittsburgh, like you're used to playing in that situation, and a team like San Diego comes to your house, that's a huge advantage.
Well, I guess you could make that sort of distinction, but I'm going all things being equal. You know, I'm going all things being equal. That obviously weather doesn't matter sometimes in a conference final. Doesn't matter. And
sometimes.
And the perfect example, Drew Bledsoe took the Patriots to the Super Bowl in Tom Brady's first year as a starter in Pittsburgh.
But crowd noise has never made an NBA team call a timeout, right? It happens in the NFL, happens in football all the time. You can't hear an audible, you can't hear an adjustment. Crowd noise can factor in more. It depends on the stadium too. Because some stadiums like Seattle are louder than others, and also.
Let me ask you this question then: do you think if Game 1 was played in San Antonio, there would have been a 16-0 run the minute Kawhi Leonard went out? No, man, that crowd was going nuts. And I mean, I've been in NFL, stadiums where momentum changes, and it's not nearly as crazy and loud at all in an NFL arena when there's a 10-0 run and an official and a coach calls a timeout and the place goes crazy and they're playing Gary Glitter for 2.5 straight minutes.
It may be venue dependent, to be honest. Maybe not sport dependent, but venue dependent. People talk about Outson Stadium, Oregon. Doesn't seat a lot of people, but loud as can be, one of the toughest places to play.
I mean, and then the World Series this year, the Cubs went into Cleveland, won a Game 7 there. And I know that if umps might hear it from the fans or feel it, I don't think when you look at a Game 7 and what makes it a difference, crowds are directly on top of you in the NBA, and absolutely, I think NBA refs feel it. They feel it, and they sense it, and I think they called a game like that.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you liked some of that, get some more of that on the Rich Eisen Show app. Follow all the information you see right here on the Rich Eisen Show.